So Kyle Jacob, it's about 8 minutes until flyover. There's the airport out there. Way, way, way out there. You can see a tower in the distance. Where is it? Right over to the left of the top
sacred viewing spot.
I lived all the way over there.
Allow picnics or anything like that up here.
And those hills, those mountains over there are the Owyhees. And I'm in the foothills of the Rockies. And this used to all, of course, like the rest of the country, be Indian land. I think it's my Jerusalem.
Oh my gosh.
There's the moon.
To Diane, I think
By the way, Cynthia Louise means daughter of the moon.
because Diane lived with her for
Why my camera likes to turn
yeah, she had the basement apartment to herself.
There's all the flags. Coast Guard.
That probably worked out for
Army,
them.
Air Force. Marines.
That house was in a good location.
Idaho State Lab. Here they come.
I went to the air show in Germany, and it was international.
That's for them, that's okay.
Is basically about urban growth and mental health. Disney's creation of Disney World was much more than just another theme park on the East Coast to complement and duplicate Disneyland in Anaheim. He had 27,000 square miles, twice the size of Manhattan, to plan for and fill. He proposed an airport of the future, a visitor entrance area, an industrial park, the theme park, all connected by a high-speed rapid transit system, and then there was Epcot, his utopia city, experimental prototype community of tomorrow, a place where people can live a life they can't live anywhere else in the world. Get all that?
Mm-hmm.
That was a lengthy
I
one.
think you meant 27,000 acres, not 27,000 miles.
Oh, I did. Thank you. You say you want to make Idaho a veteran-friendly state. Most native Idahoans that I know, including myself, feel like our utopia is vanishing before our very eyes. As you and I both know, Idaho is 8th in the nation for highest suicide rates, and with sudden large influxes of people into our region, my concern is the lack of mental health services. What are your thoughts on how to produce an exemplary and forward-thinking mental health system that truly promotes the concept of mental wellness in Idaho for veterans and civilians?
You know, I could go down the road of the behavioral health centers that I've been involved in and helping set up, or how we have the Division of Veteran Services for years before I got here, has been involved with the state suicide prevention program. Those are things. I think our biggest challenge and roadblock for servicing our mental health issues is the way we think about mental health. We need to educate the public that mental health is not what I think most people perceive it as, a negative or an issue that's embarrassing. Our stomachs work by producing chemicals, and food goes through the stomach and it does what it does. Our brain is the same way. Our brain produces different chemicals to do what it does. And if some of those chemicals are out of balance, if that brain is injured in some form or fashion, that organ can't work like it was designed to work. And we see that, the public perceives that as that person is off balance. That person's brain is just injured, or the chemistry is not right. We need to educate people about what mental health issues are, and that they're not embarrassing, that people should go in and seek medical help, to help fix those chemical imbalances or whatever the issue is, the malady of the brains are. They're just another organ in our body that has got to work right in order for them to be successful and contribute to the community. Until we understand that, we can create all the things and spend all the money that we want to spend. But if people aren't willing to look at these maladies as something that's real and something that we can't ourselves control, because we can't control the chemistry in our brains by ourselves. We need the doctors to help us understand what the cause of those maladies are and help us solve those. That's, to me, making Idaho a veteran-friendly state is changing the perception of what PTSD and TBI really are. If someone had their brain really racked in an accident, a helicopter accident, car accident, whatever that was, not even a veteran, it happens to people. You get your bell rung, it affects that organ inside your head, and it has to heal. PTSD is the same way. Chemistry start to change in your mind when you have experienced certain things. Those things have to be managed, and we have medical services that help veterans take care of those things. People need to understand that mental illness is something that can be helped as long as people seek out that help.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And I'm going to read you my cheat card, okay?
Okay?
So my cheat is my favorite Disney quote. I'm going to change it to fit me, okay? Somehow I can't believe that there are any heights that can't be scaled by a woman who knows the secret of making dreams come true.
Yep.
My love letter to suicide, postmarked December 26, 1966. Dear Mama, do you remember your baby girl, the one with the hurt kidney, bathing me in the bathroom sink, standing me up on the counter in front of the three-way mirror with the beautiful etchings, telling me to look at the pretty baby in the mirror? I saw my naked baby body reflected in a million images, yet what captured my eyes was a sparkle in yours. You kissed my bottom before you dressed me. I remember you, Mama. Do you remember your hand on my tummy each time you had to take me to the emergency room, asking me not to cry? You promised me that if I didn't cry, you would buy me a present. I tried, Mama. I really tried not to cry, but it hurt so bad, Mama. Do you remember when you left me at Christmas? I was waiting up for you to come home so I could show you my new ruby red shoes, just like the ones Dorothy wore on her way back home to Kansas. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. The doorbell rang. I ran to open the door, Mama, hoping that it was you. But it wasn't. That man from church with the long wool coat, shiny shoes, and fedora came to our home. He asked for Daddy to come outside. Daddy went outside, then called brother and sister to join him. Soon they all came in. Sister was crying. Daddy told Sissy and me we had to go to bed. I was waiting for you, Mama. I promise. The next morning, Sister told us girls you were never coming home for you had died, and that death was like walking through a window. Sissy started to cry, but I knew you would be back. I was waiting for you, Mama, just like I always did. Mama, where did you go? One day you were here, vibrant and alive, reading me the stories like The Ugly Duckling Who Became a Swan and The Most Beautiful Woman in the World, about the pretty woman from Lacine, the land of swans. You were a beautiful white swan, and I was your duckling. And now you have gone. Poof! Like a spaceship came and beamed you up into outer space, taking you on an eternal ride through the cosmos, never to be seen again. I feel so ugly, Mama. I feel like the baby bird in Dr. Seuss's Are You My Mother, whose mama goes to get food. He decides to go find her, asking everything that he sees. Are you my mother? I'm an ugly duckling now, Mama. For so many years you were in my dreams. Sissy and I scrunched up in the rumble seat of that scary car, the baby blue T-Bird. You made us crack the windows even in November, for you knew that yucky, sweet, sick smell would come inside, making our tummies feel bad. Daddy said there was a word for it. Asphyxiation? What does that word mean, Mama? It sounds like a zipper being pulled up and down to loosen a piece of cloth stuck in the teeth. That word makes me dizzy, Mama. You're a nurse, don't you know? I loved you, Mama, as much as I loved Daddy. Do you remember when I would snuggle between you both at night, singing, I love my mommy and my mommy loves me. I love my daddy and my daddy loves me. We'd all wake up so happy. Why did you end up in that box? Were you sleeping? Your eyes wouldn't open when I touched your face, Mama. Why didn't you wake up? I loved you as we all sat at church and sang songs to you. Uncle Howard singing, Somewhere over the rainbow. He sounded so sad, Mama. Why is he so sad? I loved you as I watched all the people leave, Daddy and I, still in the sanctuary. He was holding me like a baby monkey. We were all alone. He walked up to that strange box you were in and he started crying, Mama. My little body felt Daddy's heart break, Mama, and I hated you for hurting him. All my love for you flew out that same window that Sister said you walked through, Mama. I slammed the shutters as tight as I could to keep you out forever. And your duckling felt so ugly, Mama, for such a long, long time. Why did you hurt my daddy and leave us, Mama? Where did you go? Did you know that you would leave your 4 children broken, bruised, confused, and angry? That I'd be lost in the chaos for years, searching for answers to the eternal question that a suicide survivor will ask over and over again. Why didn't you love me enough to stay? Didn't you feel good, Mama? Why didn't you get help? You helped everyone, Mama. You were a nurse. You served in the Navy as a wave, a PHM-3 in WW2 in San Diego, the greatest generation. Daddy showed me your picture. Now that I am a grown woman, I must share with you, Mother, that I followed in your footsteps, trying to take my own life in 1984 after my mind, body, and spirit had witnessed so much tragedy in our family. Losing a sister, almost losing brother and his children in a fire, losing father, going through divorce. I had a nervous breakdown, ending up as ward of the state of California in the system, all by the time I was just 23 years old. I tried exiting stage left with a bottle of sleeping pills and a great big fat bottle of wine. I wanted to die, Mother, because I hurt so fucking bad. But I woke up. I failed. I wore the scarlet F on my forehead. Failure at life. Disabled. Weak. Crazy. Insane. Fucked up. Mentally ill. Words hurled at me too many times to count. From society at large, from loved ones, from strangers, and from myself, the most hurtful of all. I understand you, Mother, and I forgive you, for you weren't a quitter, you were a fighter. You fought in World War II, the greatest generation. You just quit the wrong thing. Sometimes the winners are the ones who do quit. They know all the things worth quitting are all the things that do not heal and nourish the body, mind, and spirit. As for your ugly duckling, Mama, I have grown into a beautiful black swan.